tonight at the barn. Wisconsin and Minnesota both 3-2. And to by Hilton, the Badgers fresh off that big win over number 2 Michigan. They have 2 of the top 8 power conference team. Badgers won the last 9 in the series, the longest streak in 100. Here's Boyd. Good defense from the Gophers. Boyd into the lane, hanging in the air and hitting.
Badgers, you have to maintain defensive discipline, because if you get caught watching the basketball or not paying attention, you're going to get back cut.
Crocker Johnson. Badgers go through their shoot-around, just how disciplined you have to be defensively against Minnesota. John Blackwell hitting the 3. And
over the last 2 or 3 ball games had a little bit of a skid, but man, he was huge with 26 points in that win versus the Wolverines.
There's Durkin out of the corner. He answers. One, and Crocker Johnson clears for Minnesota. Here's Crocker Johnson for 3. Kind of a quick shot. Shot clock under 10. Reynolds backing down. Boyd, what a good move.
And notice the spacing, Dave. Because they'd spaced the floor so well, the dig down wasn't available.
Rhodey hitting. Andrew Rhodey with the transfer down to Virginia. There's Tyson, the North Carolina transfer, and it knocked away, but a foul on Rhodey.
By Blackwell, kind of blocking that cut there by Tyson.
Crocker Johnson maneuvers his way through. It's for the Gophers. Now Osima through the lane, he lays it in.
And a nice job by Osima.
I'm out in overtime here Friday against USC. Here's Boyd. He is fouled. Could not get Evan deep, Sean. So Crocker Johnson, that will be a short breather against Northwestern, going 6 of 6 from the field. Boyd hitting both free. That's good. You can win a lot of games that way.
Nice pass.
Reynolds. It's trapped down and under, and a nice feed to Grove.
And a good job. And Grove the beneficiary.
Liaskis thought about it. They try to get it inside the winner. What a beautiful feed. Shot clock again under 10. Through the lane, Tyson, and Minnesota's still perfect. They've scored. Here come the Gophers the other way. It's Reynolds. Osima. Quick first step, and he lays it in.
Well, how about the recognition by Osima?
There's Boyd with the shot clock at 10. Liaskis left it short.
Hand on that far side.
That was something they worked on today on the shoot-around, just being cognizant of Boyd being a lefty as Boyd fouls Reynolds, who was a 1 seed today, Sean.
If folks haven't seen Nebraska play, being mightily off the bench in that winning effort at Michigan with 12 points and 9 boards.
Off balance from Boyd as the shot clock expires. Tulsa, and now back here, I've talked to him today, he told me a little bit nervous about this game as Boyd misses it. Carrington playing really well. Liaskis, just everyone contributing. Blackwell through the lane and gets it to go. 9 in for Minnesota. Gophers are patient. Reynolds gets the roll. Again, shot clock at 5. Rhodey rims out. Garlock trying to. Blackwell.
Wisconsin really wants to push the pace, David. It's going to be incumbent upon Minnesota to get back and get situated.
Liaskis inside.
Up high, kept it there.
There's Osima working around the screen from Grove. And the pull-up jumper goes. In 15 of the previous 17 years, as Carrington will try the 3, and he hits it.
Any kind of rebound or turnover, Wisconsin really looking to push it, not only because that's how they play, but also this is a team in Minnesota that does not have a position, and I think it would have been okay, but you saw that inside extension of the arm by Reynolds.
Here's Rhodey on the drive, and that doesn't go. Sports app. That follows on Bill Yaskis and Kate Tyson to the free throw line.
Percent. The free throw line also on the other side.
In a season in more than half a century. And of course, last year's team was one of the best. Well, Carrington, the long three-pointer of the story here, and that was a long one from Carrington.
And with no hesitation.
There's Tyson with the fadeaway. This is where Boyd is so dangerous, but Minnesota able to cut him off.
Nice. Oh, that's just beautiful. transition.
Now foul inside, as we have been season ticket holders for about 55 years here at the barn, and now they watch their son coach the team. It's an amazing story, as Crocker Jack, a guy who does so many things well. Here is Reynolds. One rims out. Crocker Johnson inside. Gets it to go and draws the shooting team, which is a shame because they get to the line quite a bit. Nice move, Winner. Can he finish it off? He can.
How about that? Sometimes he'll throw it in and kind of do a little bit of a post up, but here he just sets the back screen.
Well, they try to get it inside there. So now they have a bit of a quandary. Do you boo or do you chant air ball when Carrington touches it? This is one I'll be fascinated to see how that plays out as Crocker Johnson is fouled. A great story.
Coach Midman.
A Winner.
Good ball up.
Great defense from Grove, and Winner airballs it. Shot clock at 6. Osama. Now Reynolds spins his way in. Tied up. And a help. 3 to shoot here for Minnesota. Got to get something going at the rim. Tyson. Nice defense by Rhodey. And Winner clears the ball. Good defense there to knock it away by Grove. Here's Reynolds now for the Gophers. On the break. Dishes it off, and Grove lays it in.
And that was made.
Controlled largely by Minnesota. Badgers have led for just a minute and a half. Crocker Johnson on the blocks. That one doesn't go.
The hands of that defense. They want to keep you on the perimeter with no ball movement.
Feet on the baseline. Winner can't get it to go. Behind. Bilyauskis got it. Now Boyd on the run. Boyd through the lane. Not there. Bilyauskis the rebound. Back up with it. Osama. Does not go. Knocked around a bit, and that'll do it for the first half. And what a first half. Pass to Osama. Hanging in the air. Doesn't go. Offensive rebound, though. Back up Bilyauskis, and he'll go to the line. In fact, Art was telling me today the first time that he met Alexis Bilyauskis, Greg was in Bilyauskis pulls over his car and goes over to introduce himself, and he said, yeah, Alexis Reynolds. Now Osama. Bilyauskis there to meet him, and a poor pass that goes out of it.
Sliding his feet and impeding progress.
First with 8 to shoot. Osama. Draining the 3. Very limited in terms of the number of players, and not the way that they had structured the roster at the beginning of the year as Crocker.
That defense.
And Sean, that's 3 fouls on Alexis Bilyauskis as Crocker Johnson finished. Blackwell open for 3, drains it.
And that's a breakdown.
Blackwell going to try another and hit. Here's Durkin. Good feet inside. Crocker Johnson lays it in.
How about the recognize in the half court and take advantage?
Team that shares the ball so beautifully. Winter. The footwork is really something. Would put so much pressure on the defense, Sean. He'll try the 3 and hit. It's 4, and they've cut it to a 2-point game. Reynolds and the foul. Change the way that they play. It is 3s and shots at the rim, and that's pretty much all Greg Gard wants to see.
As Crocker Johnson may have a lot to say about this offensive sequence.
Crocker Johnson right in on Bilyauskis, and the foul.
Get to that strong left hand.
You surprised Bilyauskis was still out there with the 3 fouls?
I go smaller, and that could play, especially for a guy like Crocker Johnson. Now that gives them one less player to worry about.
Winter. Move to the hoop for. Here's Reynolds. Shot clock at 5. Durkin.
By Rhodey. Man, Rhodey has been stellar.
Tough contested 3.
Rhodey was so active defensively, but Minnesota had an answer.
Yeah, great defense, better offense. As Blackwell is
Minnesota in a situation where it looked like that possession was going nowhere.
he hit some big shots in that second half of his career at Minnesota before transferring to Tulsa and ultimately ending up at work. A good team defense from the Badgers, and here comes Boyd on the break. Boyd strong to the hoop, and he draws the foul.
And Janik
out a little bit more. His skills in the open court, though, are exceptional.
Yeah, because the other thing you'll notice, Dave, is he's always looking up the floor.
Here's Durkin. Passing is Boyd. Short off the rim. Offensive rebound, though. Blackwell, fresh 20. Carrington doesn't need it. He'll shoot the three and hit. Stays on the floor in a 53-50 game. Winter, beautifully designed and beautifully executed. Minnesota's led for more than 24 minutes. Here's Carrington against his former team. He stepped out.
Oh, good cut by Tyson. And Janicki took it away.
Crocker Johnson with the left. Reynolds backing down Boyd. Goes to the right, hand off glass. Nicely done.
Communication between Crocker Johnson and Osama, because they had a mismatch with Winter with Osama guarding him, but they were able to retrieve him.
Winter can't get it to.
And he kind of rode him up there a little bit. That's a tough break though for Janicki.
Nice turnaround by Tyson. Just 8. Blackwell, long three, got it. Here's Reynolds. That rims out.
Oh, nice slip.
Carrington, three ball, got it.
That was pretty about their proficiency from there, especially coming off that game at Michigan. They struggled in that regard in the first half, but not here in the second.
Late shot clock. That. And he's fouled out top by Reynolds, and then foul.
Make sure that you pay attention to the trigger man. In this case, it's Blackwell. That's why.
SU behind the arc. As Blackwell hits both free throws, 20 points now for him. 7th time this year. Osama. Out top Tyson. And he loses it.
And a good job by Blackwell.
8 minutes to go in the game. Three ball, Carrington again. Carrington has a season high against his former team. The three ball again and again. Braden Carrington. The lead out to 9. Can Minnesota answer? Tyson hanging in the air. Hit it a fresh 20 seconds. Here's Osama. That one rims out. Carrington with the Blackwell. Working on Osama. Fade away, and it goes. 20. Crocker Johnson fights his way through, and will get him to the free throw line. As Crocker Johnson hits the Colorado State. He had nothing but praise for him, saying he's a tough guy.
Wisconsin on this end of the floor.
Blackwell left it short, and there's that stop the Gophers need. Gophers generally comfortable late clock. Osama gets it up on the rim, and he'll go to the strike. The State. It's 1 of 2. Up to 10 points now for Osama. Rebound by Isaac Osama. Here's Reynolds now on the break. Reynolds strong to the rim, can't get it to go, and Winter the.
Good pinch pass.
Carrington. He is on. Desperation time here for Minnesota. Osama out of the corner. That is a big three. Boyd working on Durkin. Boyd will go to the free throw line.
Left hand. A made basket or a trip to the foul line is usually the result.
And now a near turnover. Carrington gets it back. Had 3 to shoot. Left it short. Winter's got it. It's blocked away. Here comes Reynolds. Minnesota got to hurry, and Reynolds. It's Western down the stretch. He's had some good moments, and he hit that one. The house was the primary one.
Well, that narrows it down.
Yeah. The field house. Winter to cut him off. On the drive. Osama lays it in. And Blackwell only hits the free throw. And he got them both. They're just going to have to go here. Boyd rattles home the second one. Now Blackwell for the win.